Like a steal.
What?
Give me a chair to put my books on.
Is it going yet?
Yeah, it's on.
Oh, hi guys.
Hello.
They're used to it
Chair
starting with
magic. Chair magic.
chair magic. Well, they can't see the chair, so it's totally magic.
Every week I look at it.
You still look the same at you. Look, a notification. Oh, it's about me. That's hilarious.
Every week.
All right, so you've got 3,
I have 3.
and you've got a lot. Okay, so I'm going to start with my Marvel stuff. It'll get us at least closer to being
I have 7.
matchy. Okay. All right. No lie, this week, guys, Marvel is full unstopped awesomeness. Just I can't even. Full investment possibilities and first appearances and all kinds of nonsense. Okay. So not first appearances or any of those things, but perfect for people that have not been able to find some of the older issues of X-Men and just want to catch up. They just want to know what happened in those early days of X-Men stuff. So this is the second run by Ed Piskor of X-Men Grand Design. This one's called Second Genesis, and then it's kind of a key into what books it's addressing. So it's the book run that includes the Dark Phoenix or the Phoenix story. So when Jean Grey first becomes the Phoenix. So instead of just panel by paneling all of those books, Ed's done a really great job of going through and shortening the storyline, but giving you everything that you need to know. So all the characters, events, and hits, he's put into panels. So it's a perfect way to just okay, I want to consume a whole bunch of issues of comic books, but not touch my old ones and mess them up, and get new envisionment for the art. So it's all really great. It's not on white paper. It's on kind of a tan paper art. It's so good. If you're not familiar with his work, he also did Hip Hop Family Tree and many other things, but it's just
And the other
gorgeous.
X-Men Grand Design,
Yes.
which also has a gorgeous big book.
Yeah. And it's really, really thick.
Yeah.
It's a $5.99 book, but it has
It's
way
huge.
more pages than
Yeah.
you could possibly sit down and read when you're doing Skim It. So I made it through probably 3/4 of the way and realized that I had to move on even though I didn't want to.
Yeah.
All right. It's hard to tell you which, in order of importance for these books this week, do not miss Amazing Spider-Man #2. Basically, Peter's in a good place right now. He's kind of walking on sunshine. He's actually able to be with Mary
For
Jane
once.
for the first time without having any kind of super drama going on in their life. He's ecstatically happy in this book, and it involves him kind of wandering onto a campus and finding out that this character actually is, teaching classes. So, Kurt Connors hanging out as the Lizard, just kind of teaching classes is weird. But there's a contraption that's involved in this storyline, and a huge event at the end. So huge, you have no idea. It's not like a normal oh, you should buy this book because it's industry changing if this implication of what happens it sticks. So don't miss that book at all. Other book not to miss this week, and surely you figured out by now that every single issue that Donny Cates writes of Venom is going to have something majorly mind-blowing and earth-shattering in it. He doesn't write a book that's a filler. He just doesn't have it in him, that dude. I don't know how he pulls his collective awesomeness together for every single book and make it all so it's important, but he does. So in this book, I will tell you that there is absolutely a must-have in this book, and it actually mentions in this book another back issue. You guys might have already been able to figure out which one's on fire right now on the internet. To go and find out which one is, I don't think it's spoilery. I think you can still read the book and not have it bug you. But just know that when you're reading this book tomorrow, there is a mention of back issue, which has a first appearance of something that actually is readdressed in this book. So don't miss that. Speaking of first appearances, here is Infinity Wars Prime. I've mentioned it to you guys before. I told you it was going to be the book. it does have the first appearance of a character, and it also has a death in it.
Ooh.
And that line I just said probably will have be double meaning eventually. So go back and listen to what I said, and it will be extra spoily for you eventually.
Take notes, guys.
Mm-hmm. I might know some things.
I do this one. I
Okay.
do this one. Justice League Dark #1. Guys, don't miss this one. Magic is not working the way it's supposed to for anyone. So Zatanna, John Constantine,
Ah,
all of these guys are in this book, and it's awesome. And Wonder Woman is trying to get to the bottom of it, and I don't know.
oh, that's kind of cool to have.
I don't know why, but I love it. And Swamp Thing, you can see he's on the cover. He's in it, and so I want to say it's the first appearance of not necessarily one character, but like a major force.
Okay. So is the Swamp Thing that we saw the winter special? Does it have like is
Nope.
that continuity
Nope.
part of this?
No continuity.
Okay.
But it takes place after Justice League No Justice. So don't forget what happened in that, because everything is starting to tie into all of that. So
Is it
it's
spoilery to say what happened in No Justice?
um
We're pretty far out from it.
no,
For a couple
but
reasons. 'Cause I
no,
don't
but
wanna
I
spoil
missed-
this book for them.
no, but I missed it, so I don't really remember everything that
I
happened
gotcha.
because I missed a couple books from it.
So you're saying there's a payoff if you actually
Yeah,
read it.
yeah.
That's okay.
Oh yeah. And there's a whole bunch of other DC books that a lot of it has been taking place directly after that. I'm sure everybody else has noticed that's been reading everything.
I love it when there's a payoff. If you're reading the universe, like I get it. Of course,
Yes.
you're always reading DC and I'm always reading Marvel, but I always feel like that there's been a huge payoff. I mean, even like when people were so angry about the stuff that was going on in Secret Empire, because I was reading the universe, I knew what was going on.
Yes, so Jen knew everything leading up to it as well.
I know it's expensive to try to read a universe, but as far as like feeling like you're getting value out of doing it,
Yeah.
I've always felt like there's been a
definitely.
huge payoff because I was like, when I know what's going on, yeah, big difference.
Yeah. And
Right.
even if you can't read it when it's first coming out, you know, they'll always have the trades of everything that is related to it marked as what it flows into if they can't fit it all in one book.
Sure. And
Like
if it's
for
an
metal.
impossibility to afford it, guys, just know that I'm completely at peace with telling you guys what like the main plot points of stuff, so that you can know how it ties into your book that you're reading out of your book. So
Yeah.
because I want everyone to just be in love with whatever fandom they're reading. So I'm, you know, of course I'm in love with all of the fandoms because I read all of them. It's kind of crazy, but I do love with all the passion comic books. All right, Britannia. Speaking of series that I love, thank you, Peter Milligan, for your amazing everyness, and Robert Gilt and Diego Rodriguez. I want to make sure I'm giving credit where credit is due because everything about this book is amazing. Coloring, lettering,
The texture
Art.
of the book.
texture of the book, editors. Thank you. Whoever chooses the paper quality.
Yeah.
Like I can't say more
Which-
things. So Britannia's always been one of my like really heart loves because it also gives you a lot of history. So this takes place in Nero's Rome, in which so if you've read the other Britannias, they lead right into each other, but you don't need to have read them to jump into a series. So there's that. So basically, it's all about a detectioner, which is basically a fancy name for a detective that happens in like the first one ever in ancient Rome. So he got his abilities. He's more in tune than a normal human being. It just like he's not like Sherlock Holmes where he just kind of like is super observant. He actually was kind of like pulled in by the Vestal Virgins, who actually have power that they draw from the gods that they serve. And so they gave it to him so that he actually understands things. And in the last run, he actually gets kind of exposed to an ancient power called I think it's called the Oracle. There was an actual demon that they were fighting, and so they give him extra power to do that. So he's been imbued with all of the extra cool powers that the Vestal Virgins can give. And so in this one, he's been tasked by Nero to go and find, the standards that Roman soldiers carry around. They usually have a big eagle standard on the top of their staffs. Well, they are kind of like if they lose those, then Nero really believes that there's some kind of really bad juju going on. So he tasks the detectioner, Antonius, to go and find the standards that have been captured, supposedly taken into Germany. So, and there's, relational stuff that goes on in this book. It's not for kids at all because it's very
Definitely
adult. Very adult, but the art is mind-blowingly good.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna drink coffee.
Drink coffee. Excellent. That's super entertaining.
Okay, I have Eden.
Oh, cool.
And what's her name again? One sec, sorry.
Sorry.
Okay,
I don't even remember.
so main character, she is looking for her son on a different planet from what I can tell. So she uses him to try to get past the detection because there's this monster they can go through to avoid sensors on the floor, but he ends up eating them.
Oh.
They don't die. It's very confusing. I read a few times actually. I couldn't tell you any of the names, I apologize. But it's a really good book. It's interesting.
That's from Alterna.
It is Alterna,
Alterna
yeah.
is a really cool company. They print on newsprint, so their comics are really inexpensive. So how many millions of dollars does this book cost them?
I'm gonna go with 10.
No.
$1.50.
$1.50.
I thought you meant the people who printed it. I'm
Oh, no.
well, if they're selling it for $1.50, okay, never mind. I'm gonna be quiet now.
Good job.
Okay.
So sci-fi, definitely sci-fi.
Definitely sci-fi. Very interesting though, and interesting ending. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but it interested me.
Ooh, that art is pretty.
It's very pretty art, and
So as always, Alterna is printed on newsprint, but that doesn't mean that they have low quality art.
no, it's
It's
beautiful
not.
art for newsprint.
Mhm.
Way better than a newspaper comic. Obviously. But it's really nice. I loved it. Pick it up and read it. It's only $1.50, so give it a try.
Support small press.
I also
Yes.
read an Alterna book.
Oh.
I read Psycho KO. And so
Wait, is that a robot?
he's a robot.
Surfing on a
He is-
space surfboard.
And I'm not sure what he does on a normal basis, but he's on vacation. He's been on vacation for a really long time, apparently. And he said, so he hasn't been surfing at the place. Basically, there's a surf contest that he used to participate in every year, but now it's been 5 years and he hasn't participated in. But he used to always win. Well, this is Kuda Kano.
You're good at names.
I think it's Kano. He is rival / supervillain of the story. It's really funny because he's just so sure that he will always win in the surf contest because he's so good.
Okay.
But he hasn't been there in 5 years, so how is he still supposed to be reigning champion? But he's still surprised when he comes back, and he's no longer reigning champion. So now he has to beat him in order to be. And there's lots of craziness.
What?
It's good for all ages because there's lots of puns that I'm sure little younger kids wouldn't understand. But it's really funny, and everybody needs to pick up this book.
I just have to point out that this guy, Kuda Kano, has a tiki cup
Yes.
that's communicating with this squid.
Hush.
Hashtags.
Yeah.
That's what we were reading. That's what we were
How
laughing
spoilery
at.
is it if it's on the front?
That's That's true.
Is he
But-
actually a cop? Because he just has a star on it, so I always assume it's the cop. But it's
No, it's just his logo.
Oh, okay.
But it's a great read. It's hilarious. I was laughing so hard the whole time. That's the first book that I read too, because I was like, I want to read this one first.
All right, Garth Ennis, you are a sick man. You've made me doubt my sanity today. Walk Through Hell #3. So it's been. Have you read it too?
No,
Don't
she
like
just-
the cover.
I
She
like
put
the
a cover
cover.
on
I mean,
it.
it's very beautifully drawn.
You see what you find out what's going on in this
But
book.
I
'cause
really
these-
got
like
it
the
on.
entire forearm stuck down my throat.
yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
This actually,
Cool art.
spoiler alert, this actually happens in this book. Yeah, it does. So our investigators are. So you get to see
Sarah's
kind
face.
of jumping back and forth into the investigators are investigating the. There's like a missing children problem in which there's quite obviously a pedophile that is having kids like delivered to him. You don't see these kids or what's happening to them, by the way, so don't worry about that part. So it's about their investigation. You find out that there's something that the guys that are delivering the kids to the bad guy, something's happening to them. The cover will make more sense then. And they're still trying to figure out what's going on in this warehouse. Because remember in the last issue, they found one of the other officers in the warehouse repeatedly blowing out his brains, and it doesn't make any sense because once you're dead, you can't continue to do that. But he's clearly some dead, not dead.
All right.
It really, like you really, like you
It's
wonder
mostly
if the people that have entered the warehouse, if they are actually insane, what they are seeing is real. Have they been affected by something that's in there? Gas, drugs, toxin? I don't know.
Mine one?
Mind wipe? Have they been hypnotized? I don't know. Super trippy. Not for kids. But thank you, Aftershock. It's brilliant black where I'm always like, what's going on?
All right, Jenny.
You wanna do one? What's next?
Sure. I'll see where we're at for the end.
Okay.
Okay, I was supposed to read something else, but I couldn't follow it, so I traded Hannah. I have the newest, meet the newest Teen Titans.
Number 20.
Number 20, and they're all new, so this cover is gonna help me out. We got Robin. You get it. But, so there's a new Kid Flash. I think a lot of them are new.
No, Kid Flash has been around
Kid
forever.
Flash
This
and
is
Robin
the-
are
Right,
Well,
right.
Red Sparrow
He
and
brings someone new in, though. He's
Yeah,
not new, but he brings someone
everybody
new.
else
It's a
except
whole
for-
new team.
yeah, whole new team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He kind of gets them together. Robin was already there.
We've seen
Let's see.
the
Red
special-
Arrow. She's new.
Yeah.
There's one that they had just brought in.
I think all the rest of them are new.
Yeah, they found him on something like YouTube though. So,
What?
like, oh, have you
Get out of my-
seen him on something too? And it's like, yeah, just we're a package deal. And it's like, oh gosh. But I was able to pick it up, not having read Teen Titans, and follow it and have a really good laugh. So definitely worth reading.
And since it's a full first appearance of Crush, and it looks like other characters,
Oh, definitely.
probably
We've
highly
seen-
sought after.
So
Yes.
yeah, because in the Teen Titans special we had the Robin short, we had the Kid Flash little short, and then Red Arrow, and then everybody else we saw on the last page we saw like stills of wherever they were. So this will be first full appearances.
He is Kid Flash's team at this point.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
I like how they're all in gangster poses.
I love
Yeah.
it.
They're so nice.
They're
I love
just-
it. I'm gonna have to
they're
go back
just
and read it.
But I did it.
But
They look like wannabe gangsters.
mhm.
All right, so now it's actually your turn.
Yes. Batman Detective Comics number 985. This is the one that I was skimming the last 5 minutes before we went live.
Super scary.
So, I mean, it's not as it's more action and pictures than
What?
As much dialogue.
not as much dialogue and narration. So I was able to get most of the way through, and so this is following up from the last issue where Black Lightning is kind of sitting there, with Alfred saying, why do we have all these kids doing dangerous stuff like this? We can't be doing this. And he's like, I agree, but Bruce isn't gonna listen to anybody because he's Batman. And
Because of he's Batman.
and
Well, you're wearing black today.
and
They were black every day.
Oh, that's true.
and in the one before that, I believe, or maybe it was the last issue, we also know there's another Batman running around not doing stuff that Batman wouldn't do. So if you want to know what happens next, pick this one up. I was also that other, I want to say he's a newer character. He popped up a few issues ago that has been causing chaos around. That's trying to, I don't know what he's trying to do with Batman, but he's trying to get his attention, I guess. And
Batman looks very zombie-y.
yes, and I think it's just the cover because we don't see that
So
at
there's
all.
nothing inside.
Nothing
Okay.
inside. But
Man, I was hoping for zombies. Go ahead and do another one because I'm down to 3 and you've got more.
all right, I'll do my big one. This one's the DC's Beach Blanket Bad Guys Summer Special. That's a mouthful. And it's a book full. It's $10 for 80 pages of 10 stories of just the supervillains. It's really good. There are 10 different stories,
that
all by
art.
different people. Yeah, and each one is a different art style.
First one's like painted art.
Yeah, the first one's painted art that I absolutely love. And then, so each story has different characters. And the cover's gorgeous.
Go.
Go.
And then the back cover too. That's really pretty. Yeah. So if you like the bad guys of DC, pick this one up. And I'm not gonna say anything about it, story wise, just because there are 10 8-page stories in there. So
All right, not Silent Bob, but talkative Invisible Girl. Would you like to do your review?
Oh my gosh, Saga guys! Oh my gosh!
So what makes it special?
Well, so this
Sarah.
is the last issue before they go
where's
on
your
a year-long, at least, intermission. It's a big cliffhanger. And I've read a lot of comics and I've felt a lot of feelings, and I've never had such intense feels about a comic before.
Oh.
just the
This
cover.
this entire this entire series is a 54 book long series, and every single comic that you read, it always ends on a cliffhanger, and it always keeps you just wanting more, which really sucks for a monthly book that goes on hiatus often. So, but we love them; they're all great, and it's just it is a key issue because something really important happens. And it's the last one that's going to be coming out for a while, so I highly recommend picking up the trades and reading them because you will finish in a night.
You can.
Even though there are 8 volumes, I recommended it to my boyfriend and during finals week, and he read all of them.
Oh, you should not have done that during finals week.
He read all of them in a night.
Saga's one of those series we hand to people regularly and say, you just read the first
you
one.
just gotta read
And
it.
then they
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
oh,
We have
excellent.
it in abundance upon
Saga.
backstock, so
Totally
don't worry
Saga.
about us not being able to get it because we have it.
You do?
Yeah, and I highly recommend it. All the characters are wonderfully flawed, so they're interesting.
And one has a TV for a head.
And one does have a TV for a head. And
Does it get
yeah,
HBO?
you do what?
Does it
Get
get
HBO?
No, he does not.
I don't think Prince
Is that not how it works?
That being said, it is not a book for kids, so
at all.
don't read it.
Never.
If you don't read it to your
Not a
children.
single issue.
No. But art is amazing. The story writing is amazing. Everything about it is awesome, and it's a cheap book. It's $2.99, whereas everything else that Image does is like $3.99. So
Almost.
yes, pick up Saga. This specific issue is going to become really big because something really, really big happens in it. And
So you're saying you should go
Sarah-
first thing in the morning.
yeah, well, I mean, you can ask everybody else who's in here. I was reading that book, and like afterwards, I just sat and like stared at it and cried for like 10 minutes because it was
Yeah.
so good. Yeah, so
Actual tears mean for an amazing book.
yeah, real tears. My voice was like super high and like pitchy, like oh my gosh, it was great. So end of rant. Back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Shanice, do you want to do an invisible review? Did you read anything today?
I read Action Comics.
Yep.
Can I do that?
No.
We both read it. We both read it then.
Yeah, I remember it, and I
You go.
agree with it.
You
It's
go.
really good. I will admit, when it comes to Superman, I'm not his biggest fan, but the issue was really solid. It definitely sets up for a storyline, for a really tense storyline, kind of. Hannah's read it. She knows what I mean with the
Oh, yeah.
a certain group that shows up. So I'm just interested to see where it goes. And the last page is like, oh, okay, Bendis.
Yeah, it's so good though.
Yeah.
So don't miss if you were just trying to decide whether or not you need to keep reading Action Comics after $9.99. Don't miss it.
Yeah, and don't let that last page get spoiled for you because it's
Yeah. Oh,
it's
yeah.
easy.
It's so good.
Go in without reading the spoilers.
Yeah.
Always a good advice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Cullen Bunn never ever disappoints in his writing. So this is Bone Parish by Boom Studios. So I'll just give you a loose premise. Basically, it's about a group or family that has basically become drug kingpins, but they're new to the drug world. But the twist is that the drugs that they are peddling are, it doesn't lead me to believe any other thing but they're 100% made out of it, but they're made out of the crushed bones of the dead. So they have a different high than normal drugs would. And there's a really cool, like, twisty part at the end. And they're, I think, going to be going up against other, like, drug cartels that would like to be in on their business. But I think there's something, honestly, that's magical that's going on. I don't think it's necessarily, like, anyone can mix up this stuff. I don't think you can just take any person. So good. I don't give it justice for how good it is.
If I'm gonna buy drugs, I totally wouldn't judge people's bones.
Ugh. No drugs.
No drugs.
No drugs. Do your rap. I'm ready for rapping.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Grab it so we can hold it up.
Here, I'll hold it.
Cheating.
Well, there are a lot of words to your rap, and you just wrote it, so it's not
I
like
did.
you had any
Yeah,
time
I
to
don't
memorize
even
it.
know, and I don't memorize them anyway. Here we have Mr. and Miss X. I read it, and I'll tell you a little about it, I guess. This is during the wedding, but the bride is not there. She is snooping through something, but I can't tell where. I can tell you that the spiders freaked the chick out, but she's got other things to worry about. You promised we wouldn't miss the cake. The ceremony hasn't even started yet, just wait. Apparently we split up into Team Girl and Team Gambit, but hey, it's not like we're going to storm a castle, so can it? First she needs something old and something new, now something brown, and wait, what? Something blue? Okay, there's Mystique, that's weird. Hey Rogue, I think your mom is here. Rogue has a power-damning collar around her neck. My mom promised to behave, so just kiss me, heck. Now that's all done, so away they race, straight to their honeymoon in space. The caller is giving her a headache, and then, well, hey, let's change topic. Here's the page I have to take. There's emergency, only they will do. Oh, come on, put some clothes on you two. Here's a whole image of the package we need. Just make sure you don't open the thing. There there must be after it. There must be others after it too, because there's a huge fight, dude. I am going to end there for now. It ends crazy, and you'll have to pick it up and read it to see just how.
Word.
Sorry, guys, I have a headache.
You did great.
And then more coffee.
So this takes place before the wedding then?
Yeah.
Or during the
Before, during, and after.
wedding? Before, during, and after. Oh, that's cool.
It was so confusing. I had to read it like 5 times.
It's true. And she asked to switch with me, but I can't touch it, so we couldn't switch.
You did good. You wrote an excellent rap.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I'm gonna do my flash.
Oh,
Flash
no,
51.
not Flash.
The flash. No, that's your ringtone, silly. Flash War Epilogue. The Last Race of Wally West? Question mark.
Oh,
Um.
which Wally though?
Oh.
Good question.
It's always a question on my mind.
Where is Wally?
There's too many Wallys.
Yeah. I don't really know how much I can say because I just.
Well, last time we saw them, there was
Last-
a bad guy who had gotten the Speed Force and was looking
Well-
like a Flash.
Yes. And then, if you guys are caught up, then you saw, obviously good prevailed, but now there's no more time travel.
Which might actually be a good thing, because they mess it up every time they do.
Well, except for the fact that Commander Cold is stuck in our time, in this time,
Oh.
and he needs to get back to the future, but there isn't a way for him to. Which also means that Booster Gold wouldn't be able to time travel.
Oh, in the whole universe of DC, there's no time travel.
All of it.
Yeah,
No less.
from what they can tell.
All done.
Because
That's,
otherwise they would just get
not
Booster
good.
Gold to take him back. But
I mean,
maybe they have
hypothetically.
hypothetical. Well, if yeah,
It's not
or
very good.
you know.
Interesting.
And then there's a lot of other family stuff in this book that about the Flash family, and you don't want to miss that. There's some feels there. So
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, Oni Press. I've been waiting for this book for a while. They sent me advanced copy for the first 3 books, so I can tell you it's a really, really good book. Especially for people that go to conventions. It'll help you to understand what's going on in this book, or what things are so funny about it. So basically the storyline is that there's some huge event that results in a semi-catastrophic total annihilation of people.
Only semi though. It's
Oh,
fine.
so yeah.
It's fine.
So, but there's a convention that's been going on when that event happens. And so the people that were in the convention have kind of bunkered down and formed their own society, believing that there's nothing else outside the con.
Uh-oh.
And so the story basically starts with a guy who actually survived and is actually living in the outside world, kind of stumbling upon the con and falling in. So it's his interaction and there's many multiple societies that have formed up inside the convention itself, and it's hilarious. You'll never look at hot dogs or hot dog vendors the same way again. You're just gonna read that, aren't you?
Yes. Wonder Woman,
Hot dog
number
vendors.
51.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
That's your ringtone in my phone.
Is it? Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's a lot to live up to. I don't know if I can pull off
Well, it's
that.
you and Miss Viv, but you guys both have the same.
So this takes place right after number 28. So we go back
Oh,
a bit, yeah. This focuses on Moon Robinson and her relationship with Wonder Woman, like how they're enemies, but Wonder Woman doesn't want to be enemies, but Moon does, because, you know, obviously, you know, Wonder Woman's just the worst, perfect little princess, and it's a great book. If you like Wonder Woman, don't miss it. If you're liking if you're liking the series, because it's gonna keep keep going. So, new story arc. Kind of.
That cover is gorgeous, by the way. That's the B cover, I believe.
Mhm.
It's a painted art journal, I think.
It is.
All right, so I didn't know what to think about this book. I ordered, just like I order every image number one, because they're usually good. But the cover didn't really let me kind of understand what was going on in this book. I didn't know if it was cartoony and not serious, but it is such a good book. Oh my gosh. So it's called The New World, and it is super thick. So this one's a $4.99 book.
$4.99,
It's worth
but it's-
way more, honestly.
Yeah. It's huge.
Is
It's
this
really
your
thick
pick for,
paper.
like, the surprise book of the
Yeah,
of the
I
month?
think so.
Yeah.
I think people are gonna, if they don't pick it up, they'll be missing out on a lot.
I don't know why when you said that it's a small world, right? It Disney World
Oh,
popped in
no.
my head.
It's not anything like that.
No,
So
that's
every
what
month,
popped in my
Miss
head.
Jen has a book that she is like, I'm not so sure about whenever she picks it up, and then afterwards she's like, oh my gosh, guys!
I always think there's gonna be a book that I can be like kind of hating on,
Yep.
even just like on the side, and then I'm like, oh, great,
Never mind.
another series that I have to read all of because
Yeah.
it's so good.
Yeah.
So sorry, I gave it pre-shade, but I shouldn't have done that.
How dare you?
How should I? Should never give
Should I
shade.
have more on
Shade's
that?
bad.
She just judges the book by
Yeah,
its
just
cover, and you
next
shouldn't
time
do
you
that.
don't like the comic, just like say, oh well, the artwork was really good.
Yeah, but it's like Track War. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a while since I've seen his artwork. That's why I'm excited for it.
Oh, it's good. It's really, really good. I wonder if they should have like even picked a different cover because I think the cover itself, because it's so simple, and the rest of
It's
this
kind
art
of
is
misleading
not.
a little bit, yeah.
Does it not do it
So-
justice?
Basically, I will let you read. Get your hands off. I have to review it first. So basically, the story is this is like a woman who this is super complex, by the way. So she and two other individuals are part of this world in which they get broadcast hunting down fugitives, and then when they catch them, the audience that is live watching decides the fate of the person. So they decide whether they get to basically live or die. This main character doesn't kill anybody, even if they say that the person's supposed to die. She just brings them in. And she's in competition with the other two, and the other one's ahead of her in the polls because he does full killing of everybody. Doesn't matter what they say,
Oh, I'm glad.
which is kind of funny. And so you get to learn about her private life when she's not on screen. And there's something that like super, like, oh no, happened in the book. It's a love connection that she makes that is super awkward when they find out where they both fit in the scheme of things.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's one of those things like, oh snap! So yes, this is the oh snap. Well, I give it 2 snaps this week.
You know, rock, paper, scissors, Z
And it's
for
the Z formation.
It's huge.
Yeah,
It's a huge book.
It's a giant book. It's so you're reading it right now, aren't you?
No, I'm gonna
Okay,
fix
that's
the tape.
totally gonna do
It was bugging me the whole.
So I will mention that San Diego Comic-Con was this last week. I know you guys didn't hear anything about it. Like you totally were clueless that San Diego Comic-Con was this last week.
San Diego what?
It wasn't in your feed at all. But I will tell you that there were so many good things that came out of that show. Lots of good news from all the different companies. I was very excited about the meetings that we had there. So you guys are in for huge treats. So I'll mention one of the things today because I think it's important to mention. So I didn't know what to think about the new DC, the Black book. What are they called?
Black Line or something.
What is
Oh,
it?
I feel bad that I
It's
can't
just
remember.
the mature line for DC books.
I haven't had a lot of sleep,
Everything's
guys.
very mature.
Oh, really?
So they're a larger
Honestly,
scale
I
book.
haven't
So
looked at
they're like I don't want to say magazine size, but you're probably gonna have to buy Golden Age, maybe stack some boards for them. And I know that's super annoying, and I wanted to hate on it so badly because I dislike books that aren't normal size.
Black Label.
Black Label, thank you. But one of the DC higher ups handed me an advanced copy, and I'm just saying to myself, shut my own face because. Oh, just like
So good.
yes.
Who was it? Was it the? Are you
The
gonna-
Batman one, yeah. I got to go to the Batman one. yeah, it's all that gorgeous, dark, painted art
Do you still have
and
it?
no holds barred. What? Did I what?
Do you still have it?
No, I know they just. It was one of those. It's truly a situation where they hand you the book and say, "Here, you can look at this book," and then they take it back. They have one copy. I mean, it is the advanced copy, no words. It's just the art. And so they hand it to you, and they say, "Here, look at this book," and it's a perfect thing, right? Because they changed my mind about it. I was like, when I'm hating on having to have a different format book, and then I'm like, oh, if
I
this is
see
what the
why.
format means,
Yeah,
because it's an art book of gorgeousness,
I see why.
then I'm in.
Cool.
I'm in. So yeah,
So when is that coming out again?
I think we're pretty far out, at least 2 months. There are books that I don't think I've got to order yet. I think they're on initials that I do tomorrow.
Which, speaking of,
By the way, girls, don't lose the pull list. I need that to take home. Yeah. So when you're done with it,
Well, then
like,
we're gonna have to mark
flip
on the other side because it's double printed.
okay.
Okay.
Just when you're done, do a clip and then put this side, and then I'll know that that's the side too.
Cool.
Sorry, guys. Internal store junk. All right. If you you have one.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
you did that
Well,
one already.
yes, I did. But if you're wanting to know what happens to Wally next after this, there will be another series that comes out. It's the Crisis. That will be he will be in that a lot, and that starts September 26th.
So they're not getting rid of Voldemort.
So no,
Good.
So it goes in a new series.
yes,
Okay.
hmm
But the regular Flash continues.
yes. The
Okay.
regular Flash continues.
With that
Yes.
Barry Allen.
Yes, with Barry Allen and other Wally.
So cool. All right. If you are away from your home shop, or if you're looking for a new shop, go to comicshoplocator.com. There'll be lots of choices there. Go give lots of shops in your area a chance. I am myself a huge go to all the different shops near you. I think you can have a home shop, but I think you should go and support all the shops around you so that they continue to exist.
Well, and also that makes it better for you because then you can find what works best for you.
Yeah.
Because all shops have different types of feels. So like our feel is a lot more kid friendly and more family oriented than say other shops around us.
Like t-shirts,
And
they all fit
they're
different.
gonna serve different needs for different people, and that's great.
It's true. So like some shops are way stronger in their back issues. Some
Yeah.
are way stronger in their trade paperbacks or their manga. So go to the shop that meets the need you're looking for that day. All right, everybody, we're gonna give you heart loves. I love you. Bye. I'm gonna go get sleep. Slash clean my house that I haven't been in for a long time.